so efficient. He's 11 of 19 from three-point range right now, guys. So you look at Moses Moody stepping up, Buddy Hield getting hot again. I expect to see some Lindy Waters tonight, some more three-pointers coming. But yeah, the defensive side, let's talk about Jonathan Kuminga a little bit, right? Because that's the first guy you talk about with Andrew Wiggins being out is Jonathan Kuminga. And I go back 2 games ago in Utah when Andrew Wiggins had a career-high 13 rebounds. If that can be JK's mindset, great things are going to happen. I want to see how is he going to fare against Zion Williamson? How is he going to lock in against Brandon Ingram? When JK's defense turns to offense, that's when good things happen. Don't force a hand. Don't try to be something that you're not. Let the game come to you, and good things will happen for Jonathan Kuminga. So, yeah, of course, big opportunity tonight for Jonathan Kuminga, but let the defense come first, and everything else can follow, Zena.
Absolutely. If we could see a Jonathan Kuminga crashing the glass, getting some O-boards, filling that hole that way, that will be huge for the Warriors offense. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you. And Jonathan Kuminga trying to get his footing in the offense, and suddenly he has to do it without Andrew Wiggins and Steph Curry alongside him. Listen, Dalton and Monty got a chance to sit down with Jonathan Kuminga on the latest edition of the Dubs Talk podcast. You can listen to the whole interview now on NBCSportsBayArea.com. But here's what JK had to say about his future inside this promising young Warriors core.
You bring up guys like Brandon, guys like Moses. I mean, how much do you guys, as far as the Moses, Brandon, Trace, how much do you guys talk about being, this next phase of the Warriors, this next core group of the Warriors?
It's not much to talk about, because just the way the team is based, the way our vets are, none of them do too much. And it's just, you just get adapted to that culture. And you have to man up. You have to improve on a lot of things, because, you want to be like them. You want to have that same type of future. With the fans we got here, who wouldn't want to play for these fans for a long time? Who wouldn't want to bring more championships here? So just us watching the way they carry themselves, you want to put yourself in the same category, put yourself in the same level. And that's even a great thing, because our vets, they're actually people that you could look up to and try to matter your lifestyle to them, trying to matter your future to what they have done. So
does that almost feel kind of like a responsibility, kind of almost like a passing a torch from them to you guys and keeping this thing going, where you won a championship as a rookie and you get to look at these guys, multi-time champions, superstars, gold medalists, what Steph just did in the Olympics? Do you get to see that as an example and being like, yeah, I want the Warriors to always be this, and I want to be part of this as well, obviously?
I mean, that's, coming into the league, that's always, especially being drafted here, that's just how you should look at things. That's the goal. That's how you should look at not everybody gonna have the same type of, because you never know your destiny, so everybody don't know what's going to happen. But if you focus your mind towards things that you see other people done, like Steph, like Draymond, obviously Clay not here with us anymore, on a different team, but just looking at that path, that's what you want to do, obviously. And you gotta work as hard as you can. You gotta be damn near perfect. I'm not saying you could be perfect, because we all not perfect, but if that's what you're looking for, you could always still achieve that goal. And that's why we always just be focusing on and just looking at that same footstep.
His full interview out now on the Dubs Talk podcast. Jonathan Kuminga has some big plans for this season. There was some pregame news, ESPN reporting that Jonathan Kuminga will move to the bench for this game, an interesting decision as the Warriors look for spacing in that starting lineup. And Fezzi, you've noticed some things about the young fella, just 22 years old, in his 4th season. What are the things you wanted to point out about his game lately?
Well, I love the aggressiveness, Kareth, of Jonathan Kuminga so far. Yes, it has not translated to numbers on the offensive end, but defensively, you can see some things from JK. Here you have in this play, he's going against Jalen Brunson, the point guard on the New York Knicks. Averages over 20 points a game. He's guarding him. This is your small forward blocking the shot at the rim. and really, this is the part of the game that I feel like people don't get to see. Now, I love this post up by JK on anybody. If you do not double me, I'm going to give you 2 seconds for somebody to come get me. You got a smaller guy on him. If you do not double me, I will get to the rim. Left hand finish. I love that right there. He was also looking at the weak side to make a play. And JK right here running the break. Listen. These 3 steps, this is actually not the best clip to show of JK to show how fast he is, but his 3 steps to get to half court are insane. He runs like a guard. This is why the Warriors are so high on him. As a 7th pick in the NBA, there's so many expectations put on you, but usually those top draft picks go to bad teams.
Right.
So you get to rock out and play on defense and play on offense, but JK came to a team that went to win a championship. So he's a guy that has a lot of high expectations on him, and he has to fit in to this already championship core.
Yeah, the Warriors his teammates and his coaching staff, they know what he does well. They want to see him expand his game because he needs a position. And that position can't be a 4 because he's not big enough. But it can be 3. But it can't be a 3 unless he makes three-point shot and handles the ball a little bit. So he's trying to do that. We talked about those things, and he says he's working on all those things. We can see the development from year 1 through 3 and 4. So you see him getting better, but those are the things that he needs to really focus on and continue to do if he wants to be a star in this league.
What about Kuminga in transition this season?
Oh, he's nasty. Yeah, you don't want to mess with him in transition. I mean, he's one of those guys in this league that when he's downhill, stand away. You know, ask yourself, do you want to take the punishment?
The same way you see Buddy Hield in transition when he's coming off the bench, that's the same way I want to see JK tonight. I need to see him aggressive, taking off in transition, making sure you also make plays. Like when you get the ball in transition, that doesn't mean you always shoot the ball. Sometimes you get the ball, and because of how fast and strong and big you are, maybe guys come to you and you make plays to the weak side. Tonight is a start for JK in that direction. No Steph, no Andrew Wiggins. You're missing 40 points a game. You can make that up tonight if you're JK.
Yeah, all right, the Warriors missing some pieces in this game, some big ones, and they're facing the Pelicans, a team that was higher than them in the standings last season. When you guys look at the Pelicans this year, are they contenders or pretenders? We will discuss that. Well, over the first 3 games of the season, Andrew Wiggins has emerged as the team's top scorer, averaging 19.7 points per game. Look at that percentage from 3 as well. He had a monster game against the Clippers, pouring in 29 points while going 11 of 15 from the field. And guys, a back injury right now. Well, so unfortunate for Andrew, which is interrupting his strong start to the season, Monty.
Yeah, I mean, going into the season, everybody that I talked to, including Andrew, were high on him.
Good.
You know? I mean, the teammates, coaching staff, player development guys are all like, no, Andrew looks like he's ready to ball. And you saw it in those first 3 games. You know, he was rebounding, he's making shots. And then that 4th quarter on Sunday night against the Clippers, when he single-handedly kind of kept the Warriors in the game there, you know. So you just hope it's not serious. It doesn't seem to be because he is ready to play this year. And you're seeing that right now. And they could use him tonight. Obviously, he won't be around tonight. They could use him tomorrow, and they hope he's back tomorrow.
All right.
Well, with Andrew being out, it actually even changes the whole lineup for the Warriors, right? The JK tonight, we'll see where he starts or whether he starts or comes off the bench. But Andrew Wiggins has been so pivotal. We've said that year in and year out since the 2022 finals, where he was the most dominant player on the floor outside of Steph Curry. Andrew Wiggins, his role, being a scorer, being a guy who can defend, being a guy who can make plays for this Warriors team, he is so valuable. And right now, I love what I'm seeing from him. I love the aggressiveness. His rebounding numbers are incredible. Had 13 rebounds last game. And he came into the floor. He had 20 points last game as well. So these are things that you are excited to see, almost 30 points. You're excited to see this energized Andrew Wiggins. You're upset that he's not going to be on the floor tonight to continue this run. But you know that once he gets back on it, he's going to be really locked in and engaged.
Yeah, you're seeing a level of focus and determination that hasn't been there for most of the last 2 years. And we all know that, you know, he's gone through a lot of stuff with his family. His dad just passed away a month ago. And so right now, you know, his head seems to be clear. And he's on a revenge tour for the guy who he was the past 2 years.
Yeah, and you talked to Andrew Wiggins about some of that clarity, too. You learned a little bit more about how he's dealing with his family. It's nice that he can come in fresh, I suppose. Is that a way to put it?
That is, because, you know, you saw him last year and the year before. You knew, when you watched him, you knew something was off. You know, you could see that he wasn't totally...
Welcome back to Warriors News.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Warriors News. Today we're diving into some exciting updates on Jonathan Kuminga and the Warriors' recent strategies. Even with key players like Andrew Wiggins and Stephen Curry out, the team continues to push forward. Kuminga has been stepping up in a big way, especially on defense, turning up the energy and using his athleticism to create opportunities on both ends of the floor. Coach Kerr's trust in Kuminga is evident, even as he temporarily moves him to the bench. Kuminga's defensive presence and quickness make him a versatile weapon against guys like Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. When Jonathan locks in on defense, he's proving he can bring that fire the Warriors need, especially as the team experiments with rotations to balance offense and defense. The result? Kuminga's defensive play often translates into easy buckets, creating that perfect synergy the Warriors thrive on. Kuminga also shared his ambitions in a recent interview, saying how much he looks up to veterans like Curry, Draymond, and Klay. He's focused on achieving greatness while working hard to build his future with the Warriors. He's ready to follow in the footsteps of the Warriors legends he looks up to, aiming to build a legacy of his own in Golden State. Warriors fans, what do you think of Kuminga's role this season? Will he continue to be that defensive powerhouse the team needs? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Drop a like if you enjoyed this breakdown, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more Warriors insights.